So I have started the recording. So let's start from where we left yesterday. So were you able to create the program in your system and try it out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll share my screen. Okay, here we go. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, we'll continue. So the program is as it is. I'll once run and see whether it is working. April is the program, right? Okay, so WhatsApp, that is there. Okay, so today we'll go ahead one step further. Before that, I'll uncomment that log code. Yesterday it was not working, right? We will see why it is not working. So 2 lines I have to uncomment. And static logger. Okay, I'll uncomment. I'll save it. I have to close out few windows. Close out WhatsApp.
Hi, Rajesh.
Hi. So it's good morning, right? You're all in EST.
Yeah, we are in. Some guys are in CST, some guys are in PST. We are, total distance.
Okay.
Is there any way we can download that video?
Download option is not available.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check with Kalpana or Satish on that. Okay.
Okay, please. Because every time I have to go to that video, and if I want to do the session, and I have to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check with them and I'll tell you. Because initially, like he said, was there is no download option. So let me double check with them. So I just uncommented these 2 lines and now I run. I got the same error. No appender found for X something. So the mistake I did was this has to be inside the SRC. I'll tell you why. So nothing is like a static rule. Everything has a reason. But now if I tell the reason, it would be too high for you. So I'll explain the reason as we progress. So just we'll ensure that the property file, the log4j.property, this file is inside SRC. I'll run it now. There's no issue now. Now this should have generated one file. There we got it. Log.out. Inside the property file, I've given that the file name is log.out. Just know that where what is there and what all is there where. So that alone you know it for now. We'll come back to this detail. So whatever we see here has been written to a file. This is all I wanted to know for now. Let's close all these It's not needed for today's class. Now what we'll do is we'll create one class. I'll go to new. So anytime you don't follow, just stop me and ask me, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you are following it. So we'll create one class as service IMPL. That's just a normal class. Finish. It's an empty class. Now we'll create one more class. DAO IMPL. Finish. It's also empty class. Nothing new in it. Now what I will do, we'll go here. We have the system.out.println. Now here I will,
Yeah.
what I want
Yeah,
to do is,
Yeah.
yes please.
Mm-hmm.
Is there someone asking a question?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead please. Hello. Anyone want to ask a question?
Rajesh, someone just joined. That's the thing. We got some
Okay,
noise.
okay.
That's it.
Yes. I just admitted inside the room. Okay. So what we'll do is, I want to add two numbers and print the result. Okay, that is my aim now. The two numbers are 2.1 and 3.4. Okay. What I'll do is, I'll create a variable float number 1 equal to 2.1. No worries if you don't understand anything. Just follow it and automatically your brain will start picking up the things. Number 2 equal to 3.4. Okay, so far good. Okay, then I'll have it as double. You ignore this. Not a big deal. Float or double, not a big deal. You'll know it in a moment. Now here I will just add as number 1 plus number 2. Someone is coming in. Okay. So I created two numbers, two variables, and I'm just adding and printing it. So 2.1 is plus 3.4 is 5.5. This is added and printed. Let me take above 5. Always we'll take complex thing so that the easy things will automatically come into place. So both are above 5. So automatically the system should be able to give it as 0.2 is the answer, right? The left side will be 7.2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry. Yeah, so 6.2. We got it. So this one is clear.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay. So slowly we'll go about what are these things. So not nothing to worry for now. For now, just understand that we have created one variable. This is called a variable, and okay here.
Rajesh, we added the logger right at the starting. I
Yes.
think I missed that one. I think I joined like 2 minutes late.
Yeah, I'll repeat now. So if you take
Okay.
this line, this line here, this double, this is called as the data type, and the number 1, that is called the variable name, and this is the value. Okay. So here the data type is double. Double is a data type. What is a variable name? It is number 1. What is a value in it? It is 2.5. The second line, the data type is double. The variable name is number 2 and the value is 3.7. What I'm just printing it. I want to do some addition and print out. I can do it this way, or I can do it the other way. I can declare one more variable as result. And what I will do is I will assign the addition value to result. So add number 1 plus number 2 and store it in the result variable. This means this is a memory. When we tell number 1 is a data type of double, this means inside the CPU memory of double, this has a value. It can be like 1 KB or 2 KB. So of that memory will be allocated in your computer CPU. Okay, so that is what this data type is. So I'm going to I have a variable. I'm storing the first value 2.5 in it. It is a data type double. Second variable, it is also double. Third variable is the result. So I am going to add these two, and I can now use the result here instead of adding. I can also give the result in the logger. Now I run this. I should be getting the same 6.2. If I open the logger, there also the 6.2 should be printed. Whatever we see here will be printed there because I gave it in the logger also. Clear for everyone?
Rajesh, I am asking the starting one. Could you please go to the first line?
Which one? Here?
The first line.
This one?
No. The above. Could you please go up?
Line number 18 or 19?
No, it's not 18. No, it's 1. You added something, right? The logger here.
This one?
Yeah.
I didn't add anything. It would be automatically added by the Eclipse. You place next to logger and give control space.
Okay.
Control space. It would tell here. There would be suggestion. Click on this. Automatically, this statement would come.
Okay. And line number 7, just for adding purpose, you given the logger log like that.
And I will be using it here in line number 27.
Okay.
This one, whatever I have declared here, I'm using it here. If you click on this, there is a highlight which is telling it is being used. If I change here as log1, I can change it. It is my own variable name. Here also I should change as log1. That's all. It is just reference.
Okay.
So Rajesh, could you tell me how to get the logger?
Okay. Step 1 is you have to add the form.xml file. I will copy this and paste it in the chat here. It's sent in the chat. So create a file.
How could we add that form.xml file?
Yeah, right click the project. Go to new
Okay.
file, new file, form.xml. Just give form.xml and click finish. You will get a blank file.
Okay.
And now inside the blank file, copy the content from the chat. I sent you in chat. Paste it inside and save it. That is second step. First, you create an empty file. You paste the content I have sent in the chat.
Okay.
Now, the third step is right click the project. There would be something as configure.
Okay.
Convert to Maven project. There should be an option. Do you see it? In yesterday's video, it would be there. I created and I showed it. So currently, I mean, now it would not be showing for me because it's already converted. So if you want to see how it is, then yesterday's link you can refer it. But you have to write. First step is create an empty file. Second is paste the content. Third is right click the project. Go to configure option. There should be something as convert to Maven project.
Okay. And one more thing, Rajesh,
Your voice is, you broke up.
hi Rajesh.
Yes,
You're asking me to place the content which is in the chat to place an empty file and convert them
correct.
into Maven. That is good. But where can we get this content, Rajesh?
Where can, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll explain when once we like progress. This is related to the
Okay.
topic as Maven. That's a separate topic. I will
Okay.
come to that.
And after converting this one, the prompt.xml into Maven, it will all.
You should be getting this Maven dependencies folder.
Okay.
Inside that, you should be getting a log.jar. If you
Okay.
got this file, then everything is set for you.
Okay. Okay, Rajesh.
Okay. So once you get this, if you see this file here, everything is good for you. Then you can close out the file for now, and you have to go into the main program and just paste this line. The source code is there this available along with the video, yesterday's link.
Okay. Okay. And one more thing, Rajesh, I have a doubt. We are creating that service, this service and
Service
DAO,
IMPL empty file.
empty file and DAO MPL, right?
Yes.
Why should we create these files? So by creating these files, it automatically adds to April.java project.
No. There is a flow. I'm going to tell now.
Okay.
I will
thank you.
yeah. So next step is we created 2 files. So far, good for everyone.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. So what we did, we created one simple class. We added a main method. Now we have created 2 variables of double. We are storing the addition value into result, and we are printing the result in system.out.println and log.debug. Now we created 2 files. Okay. So now what we'll do is, I want to move this addition into this file. So the flow should work like this. You can see my screen, right? I switched to some other window.
Yes.
Okay, just to ensure. So we have the main. This is a main. This is a main program, and next is a service.java, service impl.java, and next is the dao.java. Okay, so this is April. This is the April program, and this is the service impl Java file, and this is DAO IMPL Java. IMPL means implementation. So just a short form of the full word implementation. Will come everything. Will come into this like as we progress. So for now we have 3 files: April, service IMPL, and DAO IMPL. What we have to do is, currently I have this addition inside the April itself. Result equal to number 1 plus number 2. Now my aim is, I want to move this addition here in the DAO. I want to do this here and then print out here in the April file. That's what we are going to achieve now. So what we will do is, I will go into this file. Just watch carefully. Now we are going to create a method. So add numbers, or we'll make it generic, maths operation, and double number A. Purposely I'm making it as number A, comma, double number B. So that is one method. I created a method. I'll explain this method in few minutes. So I have created one method. Now what I will do is set return type to void, change to constructor. I'll go ahead with this void. I will copy the system.out.println and paste it inside the service method. And I will copy this number A and I will copy and paste the number B. Okay. So what this is a method in Java, or we call as function. So a function will have one name, a function will have a return type, a function will have an argument, a function will have a body. So a function is going to have 4 different parts. This is the return type. Void means nothing. This function will not return anything. So we are instructing to the Java compiler that this method will not return anything. My method name is maths operation and I expect 2 values inside the function. Two values should come into the function. And once it comes here, I am just going to give a system.out.println of those values. Now, from the April, we have
Rajesh, here
yes.
return means it's not going to the other function like that.
No. Return means from this function, it will not. This will not send back anything. Example, you will be getting a. Let's say you are getting a post. There are 2 ways in it, right? One is the postman does not wait for you to sign in a slip. He just comes and like drop the letter and he goes away. That is one kind of post. The other kind is every time when he delivers something to you, you have to sign in a slip and give back to him, correct? That you have
Yes, sir.
received it.
Mhm.
So the first type is he is not expecting anything in return. If something is scheduled for a delivery to you, he just drops to you and he goes away. The second type is he expects a return from you. What is the return? The signature. So the same way, when someone is calling this function, whether this function is going to give back something or not, that is what this means. If it is void, this means you call me, but I will not give you anything. Don't expect anything from me. Whoever is calling me, don't expect anything from me. I will not return anything. In few minutes, we'll change this. For now, it is not going to return anything. Now what we'll do is, we have to.
That means here this function is not.
No, calling is different. I'll show you the difference. Now what we have to do is, from the April, we have to call this function. We have the variable here, we have the variable here. Now I'll delete this because I should not be doing the addition here. So what I will do is, yesterday I said one line, right? Class object equal to new class, correct? You remember this?
Yeah.
So we are going to use that here. So instead of class, we are going to give service. This is the class, right? The second, the calling, the class which has to be called object equal to new of that class. It is always better to follow a naming convention. The naming convention of an object should be the class name followed by capital OBJ, which is object, and the first letter should be small. This is a standard naming convention. If you follow the naming convention, it would be easy for you to understand, oh, this is an object of this particular class. This line, are you clear now?
I'm clear on mine.
Okay, yesterday I said class object equal to new of class. Now this is a class. This is a class because it has a class keyword. So we can replace, instead of this class, we can replace service equal this object name. This can be anything equal to new of service. Now to call the function, all I have to do is there is no result variable. The result is not declared, so we'll remove this for now. It is just declared, it is not having any variable. So what I will do now is simple, very simple. This object dot maths operation. There is a whatever we wrote here in that class, it has come. We'll just call that function. Now it is expecting two variable. We will pass this variable number 1 and number 2, and we will save it. Now what will happen is we are creating an instance of the class service IMPL. This is the object of the class. Using this mold, using the service IMPL mold, we are creating an object, and to this object we can do whatever it is. Like we pray to the Lord Ganesha object, which is received from the mold. The same way, we are calling a method inside the object. Now, if we run, welcome to the session. What is your name? It is not coming from here. It is coming from this part. To ensure that we are here inside service IMPL. First, the program will work this way. First line, it will come into 17, then 18, nothing is there. 19 is a comment. By the way, this double slash is a comment. You see in green color, like this will be ignored. This will not be executed. You can just give double slash. There are two ways of commenting. One is single line comment we call, like line 1, that's all. Other is block comment, like line 1, you have line 2, you have line 3. It is difficult to give slash in every line. So what we give is, we give a slash star star and end with star star slash. This is a block comment. Comment means some notes. You can write any notes inside the class file. Usually what we do is we write the logic, what this is going to do, so that anyone who is new to the project can read this and he can understand. Got it? So the green color and blue color will not be, it is for human to read. The program will ignore these things. Okay, now when I click on this run button, it will go to 18, 19, nothing is there, 20, 21, all these are common. 25, it will start allocating the variable. 27, 28, 29. It knows that I have to create an object from the mold. It will create this object immediately. 30, it will call this line. So the control will not be in the April program. The control goes here. It comes here. It goes here. This would be printed first. I'll run and show you. This would be printed first. It's printing. Now it will come back. It will come back here. Now this line will be printed. Understood? Any questions so far?
So actually you do is, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah. So actually you do is you separated the result, right?
Correct.
So
We separated the logic. The result is a
Logic.
business logic. We call this addition is
Okay.
a business logic, right? It can be anything. So the logic is separated from this file and it is moved to another file. That's all.
Okay.
There's nothing harm in having it here, but when you are in a big project, having every logic in a single file will make the file lengthy, difficult for maintenance. Just for that purpose, we are segregating.
Okay.
As in a company, we have different persons having different roles, right? A single person can do everything, but he'll not have time. There will not be an organized way. So that's why we
Okay.
go with the structure.
And my answer, my in my understanding, we created one addition and this line in the same the result in the same project in the April.java, and then we separated the service impl.java. So here in the service impl.java, can you go to that? Yeah. So we created an class and object here to separate the operation, right?
Correct. This is a method. We created a method.
Method. Okay, this is called
Yes,
method.
Method. This is a method. That's why I given here. Create a method.
Okay, in the method, to create a method, we should create a class and object and the operation, right?
To, no, actually, a method will be inside a class. Object will
Okay.
be there when we are calling it. Object
Okay.
cannot be inside a class. Object is what we get from a class.
Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Understood? Clear?
Yes, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Rajesh,
Now-
I'm clear on that part, but the
Okay.
thing I didn't get the void, the return.
Yeah,
means-
I'll come back. In
Okay.
just few minutes. Just hold on that for few
Sure,
minutes.
sure.
One more thing I'll show you. Then you'll understand everything better. Okay. Now what we did from this April to service IMPL, the connection is done. So this is done now. Okay. Now from service IMPL, I want to pass on the same thing to DAO. It is very easy. You have to just copy and go to DAO IMPL and we'll paste the method and I will say it.
I think here we should write inside DAO
Service.
IMPL, right?
This line I will copy. From service, we have to call the DAO. So instead of service here, I have to copy the DAO class, put it here. This name can be anything. I'll do DAO IMPL OBJ. Can be object also. Every time the object is up to us. Now I have to call the same method. DAO dot max operation number A. That is what I have it here, and number B I have it here. Just to make things clear, this is what people will get confused. Number one inside DAO. Because when we use the same variable in all the files, right, you will get carried away with a different interpretation. Number 2 inside DAO. Whatever variable is there inside inside a class is within that class only. It cannot go outside. So
Rajesh, why we are writing number 1 inside DAO and number 2 also inside DAO?
means I didn't get your point.
Why we are writing the both numbers in DAO? So we are
No, because I'll tell you. This addition I want to remove it from here also. I don't want to do addition here. I want to do the addition in DAO. I don't want to do in the service. Here
okay.
I want to do the addition. This is my actual DAO. DAO means data access object. In live projects, when you do it, all the data related functionalities will be done inside DAO. And all this is a service alone. The duty of this file is to just delegate, call that respective DAO and pass it on back. So we don't write business logics inside service. We write it here. So now if I run inside service, now let me change this inside DAO. Inside DAO IMPL. So first the control has gone into service. From the service we created an object of DAO. This is creating an object. Creating object of DAO. And pass the values, whatever is received here. And DAO, the values come here, and whatever comes here, we add and we give a system. Is you have any questions so far? You can ask me now.
Rajesh, my question is like, while creating a method, we should print void at the starting.
Yes.
Okay. And any other terms while creating a method or only void?
No, I'll come to this void now. You forget this void for now.
Okay.
This flow, are you like next step I'll tell you what is void. But for now, do you understand the flow? We create an object of the class, next class. Example, we are in April means we create an object of service, IMPL, and we call the method, we pass the values. From the service, we create an object of DAO, same thing, we call the method, we pass the value. From the DAO, we do nothing, we just print out. Is this the forward flow clear? Any doubt in the forward flow? We have
No.
covered, yeah. So this one line is done. This one line is done. We have gone the forward flow. Is this clear to everyone? Can I assume?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now we should be coming back. That's a return flow. But if you see here, the return flow will not happen because it's all void. Void means what I said. The method is telling to the caller, whoever is calling this method, it is telling, don't expect a reply from me. I am a void method. I won't return you anything. This method is again telling, don't expect a return when you call me. I am a void. Now, when the example I gave you where the postman is going to get a signature from you, this case, all we have to do is, instead of void, we can tell whether I am going to return a double or string or int or float data types. I can tell if I'm going to return a data type. Let's return a double. Okay, this means this method is telling, hey, if you are going to call me, then I will be returning you something double. You should be able to catch that and do whatever you want. Okay. So now if I give double, it will throw an error that you have given double as a return type, but you are not returning anywhere. You are not doing anything. So we have a return keyword and we have to return a double. I'll return 2.2 for example purpose. Now the error will go away. Is this clear?
For me, it's not clear, Rajesh.
Yeah, tell me.
Could you please give any example? Example means another example.
This return
Yeah.
type means when this method is called, this method, see, when it was void, what happened? The control came here, it got printed, and it went away. So after printing this, it went back here without any value. In this case, in the previous case, the postman, he gave you the letter, he went without getting anything from you. But here, he is getting a return. You are returning 2.2 to him. That is the value you are returning to him. So what he will do, once we run this, you can maybe see if you are able to follow. So this method, what I am telling is, if you call me, I am going to return something. This is what the method is telling to the user. What it is returning, 2.2 as the value. It can be 5.1. In a moment, we will change this. But for now, just assume that it is returning something. Okay, something. Now, which is calling this DO method? Service is calling, correct?
Yes.
So this service is calling now. We'll run this and see. There will not be any change. It is same. Control is inside the April, inside the service, inside the DAO, and it went back. Nothing happened. We just added, instead of void, we added these two lines, but nothing happened because this method is returning. Okay. But this method has to, get that or it can throw it. We are not doing anything. You are giving something to the postman. He has to take it and keep it in his pocket, right? Or in his bag. He can just throw away and go it, correct? So what we'll do is, whatever the previous method is returning, we will receive that. I will create one, just follow for some time, see if you are able to link. So whatever this is returning, I am going to place it inside this. Now I will do a sysout return value from DAO. What is the return value from DAO? Result. I'm placing inside a variable here, and I'll print and I'll see. See here, it is inside service. It went to DAO. Inside the DAO, it printed something because we gave addition, and the DAO is returning 555.5. And in service, whatever is being returned there, I have to store it. Why I am using double? Because here it is returning double. It is returning double. I have to catch and store it as a double. I am trying to print it. Whatever is returned here is coming here in the sysout. Return value from DAO is 555. Now we have to return back this to the previous class. Here also I'll make it as double, which means this method is telling, if you call me, I am going to return you something. What we will return, whatever we got from the previous, from the next method, we will return. This the result will be returning it. I'll store it. Variable declarative to complete syntax error, insert variable declarative. Return the result. Now here I am calling this method. This is going to return me something. I already have a variable as result. After this, we'll again go over and we can clarify. Now I got this result. I will print the result here. Result. Let's run and see. 555.5. Welcome to the session. What is your name? This is inside the April program. So what happened now? From here, April, the control went to service. From service, it went to DAO. So this flow, it went to DAO. From the DAO, it came back to service. While coming back, this value came, 555.5 came back here. What service did? Whatever was returned by DAO, it returned back again here. What this is doing, whatever was returned by service, it is just catching it and showing us. So always 555 is showing. Now we'll just, instead of 555, what we have to do? We have to return this addition here.
Okay, whatever the result we are getting, we are using in the other classes. That's the
correct. So you got it.
okay.
Yes. Okay. So if I am going to change here 2.1 and 3.7, 2.1 will be sent here, 3.7 will be sent here, and this method will be called. Here 2.1 will come here, 3.7 will come here, 2.1 will be sent here, and 3.7 will be sent here to the next method. Here 2.1 will come here, 3.7 will come here. What we are doing, we are adding it, and we are doing a system.out.println, and again we are returning the addition. I can comment this out because system.out.println are just for us to know. This will not do anything useful in the program. This will just print something. So what we are doing, whatever is coming inside, we are returning that, the addition of that value. So it comes back here. It is stored here. It need not be result. It can be result from DAO. It is absolutely your wish to keep the variable name whatever you want. It need not be the same variable name which you are returning. So here I am catching it as result and I'm printing it. So any questions so far we can
That
discuss.
means void, it will say that we are not using the result what we are getting, but
Yes.
without,
If I
the
change
remain-
here to void, okay. If I give void, I should not use return because the compiler will tell that you are telling that you will not give anything back. Then why are you returning something? Got it?
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
So I will comment now here and we'll see. The next file is automatically throwing an error. What might be the error there? As soon as I saved here, I'll
Yeah,
show
with
you. See.
void and we have written.
Yeah, if I save here, the error is gone in the other file. I remove and make it void. So what made with error? Can you tell again, please?
We should not write the return, I think. So.
Yeah, you are not returning anything, but why? What are you trying to catch and store here?
Double.
Yeah, why? This method is not returning anything. Then how will you store something? That's what the compiler will ask you. This method is not going to return. Then what are you trying to store and catch and store in a variable from a method which is telling you that he will not return anything? You are telling to the postman that I am not going to give you anything. What if he asks you, give me? You tell, I said I am not going to give you. Then why are you asking me? That same way, this method is telling that it's not going to return. So you see the error, type mismatch. Cannot convert from void to double, which means this method return type is void. What we are trying to convert, double. It is void. You are trying to convert to double. Understood?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rajesh.
Okay, great.
Rajesh, and one more thing.
Sure.
In every class you are running, right?
Yes.
Here my question is, here April.java, service impl.java. Okay. If you want to run particular class, we can run. If you want to run the whole class, we can run by going to April.java.
No, it's actually from yesterday's program. What is the difference you notice in April service and DAO? Can someone tell me?
Yeah. In the April.java is the main project, and we are going to add or something to the April.java by using service IMPL and DAO IMPL, I think so. Addition.
Correct.
Max operation.
Correct. So April Java has this method. We didn't write anything here. Did you notice?
Yes.
Because in our house, we can have only one entry point, one main door. This is the main
Yes.
door. These are all rooms inside the house.
Subclasses. Yeah.
Yeah, not subclasses. Subclass is a different word. So, but these are
Okay.
all helper classes. We can tell as helper classes. These are all
Okay.
different rooms to the house. You can access these rooms from the main method, but to run, we need a main method.
Okay.
So you cannot run service IMPL separately. If you right click here, you give on run as run configuration and run. What is the error you will get? Any guess?
Maybe main method is not present.
Exactly, you got it. So if you try to run separately any of the file, the main method is mandatory. But you can call these files without a main method inside of any of the other classes. But finally, to run, we need a main method. One class should have a main method. That will be the starting point.
Just before, I thought we were running individually, right? I thought we can run.
No. The reason is I keep here and I run. But if you see here, it is running April only.
Oh,
saved.
I got you.
If I right click here and I run, it cannot run. It goes here. So it's again going to April only. So maybe that's why you got confused. So when I run it here, it is running the April. So this flow, is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
I'm clear, Aman.
Good, good. So we completed the reverse flow. We were able to pass on the value from the main method to the subprograms and we were able to get it. Okay, perfect. Now, I will add one more variable here as a string variable. The data type is string. So what all the data types so far we saw? We saw a float. Now string. String I'm passing as action. So what is the
I think
error?
we see only, but we don't see any float, I think so.
Oh, float was throwing error. Like float double. Okay. We have double and we have string now. So we are getting an error. So what might be the error? Any guess? Why it's throwing error?
There are two numbers, I think so.
Yeah, this method is having this method
Max
can
operation.
yeah, this
We have
accepts
string,
only
but we
two.
didn't define the string.
Correct. Here it is expecting only two. But from here we are passing one more as action. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, partially you're right. So we didn't define. Let me define now. Then also it will throw error. We will give string action value equal to add. Okay, we'll give as add. Now again it is action value should be the class. I mean the variable. Okay, still it will throw an error because this method. See the error. The method maths operation double comma double in the type service IMPL is not applicable for the arguments double comma string. This method can expect only two variables, two double. First is a double, second is a double, but you are passing one string now. Third variable you are passing. So what we have to do here, we have to receive the third variable. Only when a method is capable of receiving something, you can pass it. Understood? Action name. I can do anything. Purposely, I'm changing the variable so that you don't get confused. Now, if I save, the error here is gone because this method is capable of receiving three in the service, three variables. Now, I pass on this here. What will happen if I save? Before saving itself, this has thrown error. What's the error? Without hovering, can you just guess?
The DAO IMPL also we should change, I think so.
Yes. Here also this method expecting only two variable. I have to change it to a third variable string action in DAO. Purposely I'm changing the different terminology so that you understand that the object name does not matter. Now I will print the incoming value, whatever has been sent. Now I run it, add, it has come up here, right? Do you follow? So third variable I have declared as a string add. We'll come to these data types later, no worries. For now, just try to understand the flow. We have created a string as add. We pass it to the service. From the service, we receive it. We pass it to the DAO. In the DAO, we receive it. We are just printing it in the sysout. But we are returning the addition only. We are not returning this value. Do you understand?
Yes.
Any questions? Yes.
It's clear.
Clear. Okay. Now we'll do one small interesting thing here. So what I want to do is I got one number here, second number here, and one action. So my requirement is if the action comes as add, then I have to add the numbers and return. If the action comes as sub, then I have to sub the numbers and return. If the action comes as mul, I have to multiply the numbers and return. If the action comes as div, then I have to div the numbers and return. Following this? So this return will always add and return, correct? Instead of that, what I want to do, I will cut this. I will have one more double result equal to this value, and I will return the result. This is same. I didn't change anything. We didn't implement this logic yet. The return alone, instead of directly placing in the return statement, I have just added and placed in the double, and this variable I am declaring. So far, any doubts?
I'm confused here. Harish. I'm
Confused,
sorry.
huh? No, tell me. We can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll delete this. I'll delete this. Don't worry about this now. So earlier, how it was, this was in directly, I gave it in the result here, return layer, right? What
Okay.
I'm doing is I'm just adding and assigning it to a variable. That variable I'm returning, that's all.
Okay.
Both are same. I can cut and paste it here directly. I can paste it into one variable and then return it.
It's clear.
Clear?
Yes.
Now we'll go back here. Here, the reason I did this line is to implement this logic. So what we'll do, what is the question? If the action comes as add, it has to add. If it is sub, it has to subtract. Mul means multiply, div means div. So what we'll do is the same English statement we will convert in a way that the program understand. If, okay, if action, this is what the action, right? This is what is an incoming variable. So if the action equal to add, can you understand this? The equivalent of the English statement I have written. If action equal to add. If action equal to add, if action equal to sub, if the action equal to multiplication, if action equal to division. Is these 4 lines clear?
Yes.
The same English statement we have converted. What I will do, I will just give one opening, closing brace. Any if statement should have an opening and closing brace if we are going to have more than one statement inside it. I'll tell later what I mean by that. So for now, is this clear? Everyone?
Rajesh, just we are
We're not doing anything. I just converted this English statement into something. That's all. This will not work now.
okay.
I'm just converting and ensuring that you understand what I am doing. That's all.
Okay, if something equal to something, then we have to okay.
Yeah. If action in DO means what, this is the variable. If I'm going to change here my new variable, if I can change my variable name, right? Not an issue. So I have to paste everywhere. If my new variable equal to add, I have to do something. My new variable means what? It is an incoming variable. So I can change it as input action name. So input incoming, I can give incoming also. It's entirely up to you. So incoming action name. So if the incoming action name equal to add, the incoming action name equal to sub, incoming action name is multiply, and incoming action name is divide. Clear with this?
Yes.
Now just one step and we are done. So we have to just cut it, paste it inside every single if, and change the plus into minus, divide, or so add means it here plus, subtract means it will be minus, multiplication means here it would be into multiplication symbol, and here it would be by. That's all. Understood this?
Yes.
So same variable using some condition we are changing it. Now there is one small error. This guy is not able to find what is result. You are asking me to return something, but what it is? You have not declared anywhere. You have declared it, but inside an if. This will be
Incoming action.
yeah. Oh, no. I have to declare it outside.
Okay.
I have declared it inside. So this guy is not able to understand what this means. So if I declare it inside, I do not give double everywhere. Okay. What is the error now? Initialize the variable equal to default value will give us 0. Okay, that's all for today. But is it clear now? That's all new thing I have. We'll run this and
Yes.
yeah. Now if we run it, we should see the magic. Add, it is going to add. I'll give subtract without changing anything. This should subtract 2.1 minus 3.7 is minus 1.6, right?
Yeah.
If I give multiplication, it is multiplied. If I give division, this would divide. This works perfectly. Are you clear with this?
Yes. And in this case, we don't use the service impl.java, right? We use only
Yeah.
DAO impl.java.
No, we are calling service.
Yeah. Okay.
The value passes through the service
Okay.
to DAO. The logic is done in the DAO.
Okay.
But directly we are not calling DAO. We are calling service.
Okay.
Okay. If you understand this, I will show you something one step further. What we did now, I changed 4 times, correct? Every time I change this, I ran this and I show you, correct? Instead of that, I want to run in a single time and see all the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I will copy and paste this 4 times. And what I will do, this action value I'm passing here, right? I will pass here add. I will pass here directly. I will pass here subtract. I will pass here multiplication, and I will pass here division. Is this clear? Both are same. I can declare outside and pass it, or I can directly pass it here.
Okay.
Here, instead of number 1, I'm having 2.1. I can remove it, and here I can do 1.2. This is perfectly allowed. The reason is I don't want to give it directly. I keep it in a variable and then I pass it. It is like you giving apple directly to your friend from your hand, or you put an apple inside a basket and give the basket to him. Both are same, correct? Ultimately, the apple has to be given. That's all. You without a bucket, you give directly, or you place it in a basket and give it. Got it?
Rajesh, my question is,
Yeah.
if you directly write here the for addition, subtraction, division, what is the use of DAO MPL right now there to perform the
Okay.
logic?
Yes, we are calling service always. Here also I'm calling service, I'm calling and calling.
Okay.
I'll run and show you, you'll know. Now in a single execution, I am showing you all the 4 output. Earlier what we did, we didn't have these 3 lines. Correct? So to show addition, I had to pass add here. To show multiplication, what I had to do, I had to change here as MUL and I had to run it. So 4 times I had to change and run. Instead of that, I just gave 4 times here with different values and I'm showing in a single step. So this is not anything related with logic or programming, just a different way of showing the output. That's all. If it is confusing for you now, you forget it. Let's just stop it here itself. So till this one, are you clear?
I'm clear, Rajesh. And my question is, we have like help classes, right? Just you said before.
This
What
one.
of the help subclasses are just the help classes?
Helper classes.
Helper classes, I'm sorry. Why we are using those? Just for the code, to decrease the code complexity, or just
Yes. First is to decrease the code length. If we place everything in one single class, then the length
okay.
of the code will become thousands, like 10,000, 20,000.
Okay.
Secondly, it is delegation of responsibility. The same like as a human being, we delegate responsibilities to different person. The same way we tell, okay, your duty is the service IMPL, your duty is to do anything related to delegation. DAO, you are the responsible for database. So we delegate or we segregate the duties of each person. By this, anything related with database has to be written in DAO. One more advantage is if we segregate it, when applying security features, we know that this is the layer which has to be tightly secured. So
I got you.
yeah, so code complexity, maintenance, so easy reading of the code. So that's all it is. And security wise, other than that, we can have everything in a single file itself, not a big problem.
Rajesh, yesterday when I was joining the class, I missed the first part. Can you tell me what are the topics you're going to cover in these training sessions?
Training sessions.
Yeah, I thought that's what I asked you before. Do you have any blueprint to the next class? What we are going to
So,
take?
no, not I mean to the whole course you're teaching right now, the full
Yeah.
stack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not confirmed this with them, but I can show you something which I got. I'll open up now. Here it is. So in Java, based in the core Java, we have the OOPs, the fundamentals, wrapper classes, object casting, arrays. So these are like nearly 20, 17 items in Java. Input output stream. So And in advanced Java, we have the JDBC connectivity with database, the web application fundamentals, J2E, the servers. How do we deploy to a server, servlets? These comes as a web application, the web part of Java. And JSP, Java Server Pages, and all these are JFP. Then we have the MVC, we have the basic HTML. I don't know why Angular is introduced here, because Angular is outdated. Angular JS is not used anymore.
I think it is used in the front end, right?
No, Angular JS is deprecated now. It's end of life. Google has
Okay.
terminated the Angular JS. Instead of that, we
So
have the Angular.
Okay.
That's a different framework totally. Angular
These
JS,
all
yeah, these are all,
JavaScript and all these are front end, right?
yes, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Angular are front end.
So you're going to cover HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and the front end
And
part.
JSP, yeah, I'll cover that. Then we have the Spring framework,
Okay.
and we have the Hibernate, and
Okay.
this one Logger is what I gave
Yeah.
now. Log4j, right? Configuring the Log4j. That's what this is.
Maven, yes.
Yes, Maven we covered, and there is something as Hibernate, correct? This is what is
Yeah.
the DAO layer. For this is the purpose I brought day one itself, this structure. The Hibernate
Okay.
will be written in DAO layer.
Okay.
And we have something called service layer, right?
Yeah.
So now if you see the application architecture, we have three layers. We have a main
Yeah.
program, we have a service layer, we have a DAO layer.
Rajesh, can you share this document with the chat?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go through few points and make changes in it. I'll change and then I will share it with
Okay, maybe
in the
tomorrow.
WhatsApp group. Okay, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll share it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So this Spring, whatever you see, this is what this three-tier architecture is.
Okay.
So
So in the
whatever
backend,
from the day one, whatever I'm telling, it's all leading to a global big thing in the syllabus, whatever we are having.
Okay.
And just day one itself, I started bringing it.
Rajesh, so in this training sessions, you're going to cover the backend part as Java and front end as JavaScript, right?
JSP, Java Server Pages. That includes HTML and basic of JavaScript.
Okay. In the front end part.
Yes.
Okay. And the backend part only Java, right?
Yes. Java,
Core
Spring.
Java.
Yeah. Core Java. Core Java. We have Core Java and Advanced Java, right? Advanced Java is what will be used in web application. So we'll cover both Core Java and Advanced Java.
Okay. So Core Java is used in?
Core. Okay. You think of Core Java as a in a car. There would be engine, right? Engine and accessories. Those are all. You take out the engine separately. That's Core Java. Using engine, you cannot run a car. Using engine alone separately in a you have removed the engine and you have kept in a floor, you cannot run a car. That is Core Java. Core Java will have all the features individually. You have to put inside a car a metal body and link it together. Only then you can run a car. That is what the Advanced Java is. You have to plug in all the features you are studying in Core Java into a framework kind of thing. Then your website will start running. So to explain, okay. Okay.
So in these sessions, we are not going to cover any node part, right?
No.
Okay.
Node.js, right?
Yes.
No, we're not covering.
Okay.
Okay. So
Rajesh, last question. Here you are telling the DAO layer, right? The DAO layer means just the result layer.
DAO is a data access object layer. This would communicate with this layer will be used to communicate with backend database.
Okay.
or backend, whatever it is.
Just the guys who are developing Java, they predefined, okay, we has to be like this layers, it will be easy. That's what you're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm good, Rajesh.
Okay, good. So just try out, I'll share the video after the call. So try out this and ensure that you have the program up and running so far, whatever we did. Because going forward, these are all basic building blocks. Already we have covered a lot of things. Without knowing what it is, you have covered many things. Like once I tell you this is what it is, then things will fall into places. But for now, I wanted to have a complete view. I want to have a running program so that you experience what it is. Then you can slowly start identifying things. Oh, this is void is this, double is what this is. This is a if statement. So like this, slowly we can go ahead. But for now, I wanted to have the bigger picture first. So
Rajesh, I have a
yes.
question.
Yes, please.
So you told me that to put in the pom.xml, you should place this one, right?
Right.
The chat one. So where can we use that, in the chat one, or can we copy it from the Google or somewhere?
You can take it from the chat.
Okay.
I mean,
We'll
do
place
you
it
have
there and run play and we
after
should
the call?
play
It will be gone.
Mm,
You want it after the call, right?
yes.
Yeah, I'll share it. No problem.
Okay. So
Along
we
with
should
the
place in
video.
pom.xml. No,
Yes.
we should place in the pom.xml and we should run as
Yeah.
Maven.
You have to place it in the pom.xml. You have to right click. You have to click on configure, convert to Maven project. That's all.
Okay.
It will take care automatically. You just go through the video from yesterday's session. I have shown step by step on this yesterday.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
within first 15-20 minutes, it should be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. If you have doubts,
Okay.
you can ask me later.
Thank you.
Try it out. Okay, then,
Rajesh,
guys.
before this, we want to prepare for C++. Just my question. It's curious.
No. You need not have any prior experience
Okay.
in C or C++. I am assuming that you have you are very fresh and you have zero knowledge in programming.
Okay.
That's how I am assuming, and I'm taking things. So you need not have anything. I'll take care of everything, whatever you need to know.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Rajesh, I'll take a leave. Thank you. Good night.
Great. Yeah. Bye bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.